Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to read Chapter 4 of The Puppy Place, where every puppy finds a home. Previously in Chapter 3, Jack was not a good boy. Well, he started howling all night long and he made a big mess in the kitchen when Lizzie woke up. Chapter 4. Mom groaned so loudly that Lizzie could hear her all the way upstairs. "Oh, what a mess!" Then Lizzie heard Mom begin to lecture the puppy. "You are a very, very, very bad. Wait!" Lizzie jumped out of bed and ran to the top of the stairs. "Don't yell at him. Don't punish him." She did not even know for sure exactly what the new puppy had done to make Mom so upset, but she did know one thing: there was no use at yelling at or punishing a puppy for something he had already done. Unless you caught a puppy in the middle of chewing your shoe or peeing on the living room carpet, it was too late. If you yelled at him afterward, he wouldn't understand why you were mad. Aunt Amanda had explained all that to Lizzie, and it made sense. Puppies had to learn what was right and wrong, and the best way to teach them was to make a fuss over them when they did something right, like going to the bathroom outside and ignore them when they did something wrong, like eating your favorite socks. Lizzie ran down to the kitchen. Dad and Charles and the Bean thundered down the stairs behind her. The four of them stood at the kitchen and stared at the mess Jack had made. "Uh-oh," said the Bean. "Wow," said Charles. "Yikes," said Lizzie. Dad didn't say a word. He just burst out laughing. "It's not funny." Mom stood at the middle of the kitchen, hands on her hips. She glared at Jack, who sat near her feet. The puppy cocked his head and gave his tail the tiniest wag as he greeted the newcomers. "Hi there. See what I did? I was so bored, but I found a way to have fun." Mom and Jack were surrounded by a sea of shredded paper, scraps of milk carton, and foil, orange peels, coffee grounds, apple cores, the takeout containers from last night's Chinese dinner, and the remains of the plastic pumpkins Charles and the Bean had used for trick-or-treating. It was the middle of November, but they still had a little candy left from Halloween. "My candy!" Charles wailed. "I thought it would be safe up in the counter. Was there any chocolate in there?" Lizzie grabbed Charles's arm. "Ow, no!" He rubbed his arm and glared at her, too. "I ate it all the first week. The Bean ate his chocolate, too." "That's all right, then," said Lizzie. "At least there wasn't any chocolate in there. Chocolate can be really bad for dogs. It makes them really sick." Personally, she always kept her candy on the top shelf of her closet in her room. It was safer there. She looked around the mess and tried to think of something positive to say. What a smarty! Jack figured out how to get into the garbage and up onto the counters. Lizzie! For some reason, this made Mom even madder. "And you, stop laughing!" She glared at Dad, who was still chuckling. At least he didn't seem to have gotten sick from it all along. Dad was obviously trying to see the bright side, too. Lizzie had just stepped over the baby gate to help clean up when she saw that Jack had stopped wagging his tail. His ears perked up and the fur rose on the back of his thick, muscular neck. He growled, and Lizzie saw his lip curl showing his teeth. "Uh-oh," said the Bean. Lizzie turned to see Buddy standing near Charles on the other side of the baby gate. In a rush to get downstairs, she had forgotten to close her bedroom door. Buddy had followed her. "Charles, grab Buddy and take him outside." Charles made a face. "Who made you the boss? I remember reading that some boxers have trouble getting along with other dogs," Lizzie told him. "We don't want the others to fight, do we?" Fine, said Charles, but if I do, you better give me some of my leftover candy. Why should I? She asked. Just because I was smart enough to put mine in a safe spot. Candy! The bean wailed. My candy all gone! The terrible truth had finally sunk in. Now look what you've done. Dad frowned at Lizzie. Mom frowned at Dad. It's not her fault, it's the puppy's. Don't blame Jack. Charles frowned at Mom. Uh-oh, the bean started to wail even more louder. Buddy looked from one face to another and began to whimper. Why is everyone so mad? Did I do something wrong? Oh, Buddy, it's okay. Lizzie couldn't blame Buddy for crying. She felt like crying too. Jack looked up at her with his big brown eyes. His tail drooped, his ears were back, and the rear legs trembled. Lizzie knew that meant he was scared and upset. Wait, everybody! He dropped to her knees and began to pet Jack. We have to stop arguing. We're all upset, and now Jack and Buddy are upset too. But, Charles began. Lizzie is right, interrupted Dad. Charles, why don't you take Buddy upstairs? Outside. I'll take the bean upstairs and get him dressed. And Lizzie and I will clean up, Mom said. Then maybe we can start this day all over again. She smiled at Dad. Lizzie felt better, and so much better that she turned to face Charles. And I'll give you and the bean some of my candy, she said. It wasn't a big sacrifice since she was sick of sweethearts and lifesavers, the only candy she had left. But the offer made Charles smile. Lizzie petted Jack's head as they watched Charles and Buddy go upstairs. Outside. It's okay. I bet anything that you'll be friends when you get to know each other. Jack snuffled and put his paws up on Lizzie's leg and gazed at her with his big brown eyes. Are you mad at me? I think the other person is upset with me. It's okay, Lizzie told the puppy again as she began to help Mom pick up the garbage. Then she spotted something lying on the floor, a crumpled envelope and a torn, stained sheet of paper with brightly colored drawings over it. Oh, no, she said. My letter to Kate Smithers. She turned to face Jack. You are a very, very, very bad... Okay, whoa. Well, let's stop there for today. Let's let Lizzie calm down. Bye, everyone.